Burroughs.
Hey guys, Caleb here. You'll notice that I'm post-commentating during this because Lord Burroughs is a bullshit fight. The problem with this boss is that he jumps the difficulty curve. Sledgehammer was a good beginner boss to teach you how to hide, run away, and fight with your arrows. He was in your face and personal because the first time using the bow is difficult for a new player, and they'll be panicking and unsure of what they're doing. That way, Sledgehammer is more menacing while also being a big dumb target. Corroder is a step up from Sledgehammer because he's slightly smarter, faster, and has ranged attacks that the player must learn to dodge while taking opportunistic shots. Then there's the big thing in the middle of Corroder's arena that the player must also figure out how to fight around. Chopper is a mix of short and long distance as well as fast. His challenge comes from his intelligence as well as the obstacles in his arena. The first time you fight him, you are in a very tiny courtyard and don't have much room to maneuver. The second time you are in a graveyard, which is a large area but you have all the tombstones in the way. It forces the player to take what they've learned from the last two bosses and apply those same strategies to Chopper while now having to cope with more than one arena obstacle. The challenge that comes from Scissor Woman's fight is the fact that the game is explaining to you, the developers are explaining to you that they're going to throw bullshit at you like they have the whole game with their insta-kill deaths. And they're going to fuck you over. They are intentionally there to screw you over. And they don't care. And they're going to laugh at you. Which is why Scissor Woman teleports around and you don't aim at her. Scissor Woman is there to teach you this, and then to teach you to be patient and wait for opening shots. And then Scissor Man, who truly offers no new challenge, really is there to explain to the player that the next boss stage is going to be very long. You had Chopper, and then you got to run around and do stuff, and then you fought Chopper again. Well, this time, instead of fighting one boss twice, you're fighting two bosses right after each other. You don't get a break or anything. You go right into the next boss fight after a cutscene. So Scissor Man is really there just to show you that the fight is going to be much longer. It's going to be extended. But then, you have the final boss fight. Not only does Burroughs' health bar fill the screen, it fills it twice. On top of this insane health bar, he has 2 health drain attacks, 2 binding attacks, and a huge ass sword, and an instant kill move that mirrors your super attack. All of this in a tiny arena with a smidgen of increase to your own health bar. This fight, in case you missed it, is bullshit. You will be raging a lot. Until now, you have never encountered a boss who can steal your life and refill his own. You can't even find the time to bind him properly. This fight isn't challenging. It's not even fun. It is frustrating. It is cheap, and it ruins this game. It really does. Lord Burroughs is one of those bosses that is filled with such bullshit that you get so angry you just stop playing and consider the game beaten. You know, you whip out your Cell Bay card and you're just like, done. Fuck this game.
Grandpa.
I've been waiting for you, Alyssa. You don't know how hard I tried to find Burroughs Castle in order to become one with you. I searched and searched for 3 years, and at last I found it. Burroughs Castle used to stand in exactly the same spot where the Hamilton house is now. It's not a coincidence. It's all the entities doing. This is our destiny.
Grandpa!
Don't look so sad. Once the ritual of engagement is complete, you and I will become a new entity, and we can be together forever.
No! Please, Grandpa, come to your senses and give me my mum back.
Your mum? Your mother is right there.
Mum?
Nancy betrayed me more than once. She married that weak, lily-livered, good-for-nothing Philip. And then she tried to prevent me from becoming one with my most precious granddaughter. That's why she's there. There was no other way, Alyssa.
Damn you! You're not my grandfather. I don't know who you are anymore. But I know that I'm a Ruder. I'll destroy you and save my mother.
Fool! Fool!
Fool!
In a few minutes, the clock will strike 12, announcing the arrival of your 15th birthday. Then the ritual of engagement will commence. Now, Alyssa, time to lie down on the altar and prepare to surrender your heart to me.
Alyssa! Where are you, Alyssa? Alyssa!
Dennis!
Alyssa!
Dennis!
Give up, Alyssa! No one can help you now. Not even your dear mother! All hail, entities of the earth. Burroughs and I will now carry out the ritual to become a new entity. Ghosts haunting the human realm, subordinates dwelling in the shadows. Gather here to witness the glorious ritual of engagement. Yadohe, Adohe, Adonai
Ton, Nehe Shibulat,
Adohe, Adonai Ton.
Nehe Shibulat,
Adohe, Adohe, Adonai Ton. Nehe Shibulat. Yadohe, Adohe, Adonai Ton. Nehe Shibulat. The time has come at last, my dearest Alyssa. Merge into one entity with me, so that we can be together forever!
Alyssa!
You little... Alyssa!
Alyssa!
Lord Burroughs. Victims 115. Sentenced to 2,280 years. We don't just get one health bar, we get 2. Judgment! So now that we've covered how crap this fight is, let's talk attacks. The red blob. When Lord Burroughs shouts, "You can't escape!" he will make a red blob appear under your feet. The moment you hear him say this is when you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and run. Otherwise, the blob will keep you immobilized and drain your health at the same time. The binding orb. When Burroughs tells you to go to hell, he will shoot out a binding orb from his hand. This orb functions exactly like your binding arrows and will instantly tether you to the spot. Unlike Alyssa's tethers, though, if 3 of these binding orb things hit you, it's instant game over. I'm not kidding. It's instant game over. On a side note, the instant death move is pretty cool looking, but its novelty will quickly wear off as you keep dying over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you are bound by an orb, it is not as bad as being bound by the red blob. You have much more mobility than you do with the red blob, but you can only go so far before you reach the end of the tether and are jerked back. You can duck and move out of the way of other attacks, but you'll be tethered for around a minute or so before it runs out of power. The chokehold. Burroughs will grab you by the throat and hold you up in the air, draining your life and increasing his own health bar at the same time. He'll throw you down to the ground and will maybe hit you with his sword. Speaking of the sword, Burroughs has a gigantic sword to hit you with. It will do a lot of damage and knock you down. He'll typically bend down and grab you by the throat, but he may also hit you with the sword again. But typically, he usually picks you up by the throat because he wants to drain your health. Because that's kind of the point of the whole fucking ritual, is that you become part of him. However, like all bosses, he is capable of wasting time. He will laugh madly and ask if you're ready to give up now. Now's a good time to shoot him full of arrows, and a lot of them. Instantaneously if it was possible. So, what really should we be doing here as our offense? Well, this is really what you've been saving up the red and green arrows for. If you have 3 red arrows in a row, try to only use a normal arrow to summon your special attack after you fire them. Otherwise, waste them on the stick bag, because he deserves it. He's an asshole, and so are the developers for making this boss fight nearly impossible. With that, a small warning. Lord Burroughs has some kind of instability frame when he is hit by your special summon attack. You know, where you aim at the sky and shoot, and then pretty thing happens, and a beam of awesome shoots down and hits the bad guy, and then it kills a lot of his health. He's kind of gonna float in the air if you manage to get that off. You can't shoot him full of arrows. In that case, it's best just to stand there and charge a normal arrow, and as soon as he's clearly registered on the ground again, you shoot him. Also, you'll have the chance to bind him, but Burroughs doesn't like being bound, and sometimes he'll fight his bonds, but Burroughs can do something that the other subordinates can't, and that's actually break free while spending a few moments to summon some energy, in which case a burst of energy will radiate out from him, and any binds that are on him will be instantly broken, and he'll just kind of hang out in the air for a few minutes and then float back to the ground. You can't shoot him when he's doing that. You remember when I was fighting Chopper, right? While fighting Chopper, I watched him to see if he was looking up at me. Once I was sure he was looking up at me, I fired an arrow at him after my super attacks. Why? Because I learned while playing this game years ago that the arrows will totally miss Chopper if he's looking down at the ground. It's the same concept here. So be mindful of that and try to waste normal arrows if you're not sure if you can properly hit him or not after you get your super attack off. It'll probably take you 30 minutes to fight this boss from start to finish, assuming you don't die and have to restart. And you will. A lot. In fact, it'll probably take you a few hours to beat Lord Burroughs. Damn it. Shit. No, fuck me. Fuck. I wasn't out far enough. Fuck. Shit. Ow! Fucker! Run, run, run. Shit! Get away, get away! Run, 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 run!
There's no escape.
Yes, there is.
There's no escape. There's no escape. There's no escape.
Get away. Ah, shit! Get away! Run, damn it! Fuck, 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 fuck! Get off me, and run like hell! Run! Shit. He's too close for... Shit. No, 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 no. Well, fuck me.
This is the end.